Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Microsoft Pulse webcast roadmap, whatever it is, recording. This is where we basically cover the week's worth of things that have come out on the roadmap and let you know what they are and what they might mean to you in however you end up using them. So we'll go ahead and get started. If you haven't been on these calls before, we basically have three categories, sometime a fourth. The first one is in development. That means Microsoft is working on it back in wherever they are doing their coding for it. Then we have rolling out, which means it starts to filter out to the tenants to which it is targeted, such as GCC, GCC High, DoD, or just commercial worldwide. Then we have launched. That means at this point, it should be out to all the tenants which are in that particular classification. If you don't have it, then you may need to talk to Microsoft. And sometimes we have a cancellation section. This week we do not because the overall list is kind of small this week. So we're going to go ahead and get started with in development. Tamara, would you like to lead us off?
Sure. I'll take everything you're not going to take.
Oh, this ought to be
So
interesting.
I have Outlook save an event as a draft on Android. So you can save a meeting as a draft on your calendar. And if you aren't ready to send the meeting invites. Now, when composing an event with at least one attendee added, select dismiss and then select save as draft. The draft event will show up on your calendar as draft along with the title of the event. Now that's coming out the end of July, so look for that around the corner. And it's going to the worldwide tenant. That means the commercial tenant. Then I'm excited about this, but I want to check out the cost.
Mm-hmm.
SharePoint e-signature globally available. Some people are going to flip their wig over this. So Microsoft's native e-signature service allows users to request simple, simple
Simple.
electronic signatures from Word and PDF documents in SharePoint. Recipients can easily sign the document without the documents leaving the trusted boundaries of Microsoft. This capability will now be available in all markets except China, Indonesia, and I think Turkey.
That's Turkey spelling with weird characters.
I think that's Turkey spelling it the way Turkey spells it.
Exactly.
Yes. And that's due out the end of July to the commercial instance. Now, a little love for the GCC High and DoD people. We have Microsoft 365 app. Microsoft places support to GCC High and DoD. Microsoft Places is an AI powered workspace app for flexible work. Places helps organizations reimagine flexible work with AI. It enables employees to connect more easily in person so that they can make the most of in office days. That's due out in September.
And I think you're
And then
seeing a
we
lot
have,
more. Oh, I was going to say, I think you're
yes,
seeing a lot more of that today because you're finding more and more companies are starting to do return to office. And
yes,
so, in a hybrid environment, knowing who's going to be in there, who is in there, who isn't, is going to be real helpful for people.
exactly. And then we have Clipchamp, updated Clipchamp video start page. So the Clipchamp start page, new unified hub, is a revamped video hub start page experience of a single video destination for creation, discovery, and consumption. That's due out end of August.
I think that
And
sounds like they're starting to do a lot more in making Clipchamp be more Stream Classic like. And the fact you have one
yes,
place you can go and then work
yep,
from there. So that'll be interesting.
yeah. And then Outlook external tag and profile cards. This is just so that your contacts that are external to your organization have an external tag that show up at the top part of the contact card. And then Viva got some love, and then I'll be quiet. Microsoft Viva custom font and theme support for Viva Amplify. and view and moderate private community content without being a member in Microsoft Viva. This feature enables verified admins and engage admins to access and moderate private community conversations without needing to be a member of those communities. So, admins will also be able to manage community settings, ensuring better governance and oversight across Viva Engage. So, if you're looking for those two Viva updates, the first one is happening for GCC in July, and the second one is happening for the commercial instance and GCC in August of this year. So the end of August. Or I'm sorry, the end of September. Push that out a little bit farther for you. What do you have, Tom?
Well, you did take two of the ones I had highlighted, which was Clipchamp and external tags. So
What?
what? I know. Which meant that I wasn't just going to do Copilot this time. But since we're down to Copilot now, summarize email with Copilot chat in Outlook. So users without a Microsoft 365 Copilot license can now easily summarize emails in a single click using Copilot chat. Users must have access to Copilot chat and pinning and able to utilize. This change is coming to both Classic and New Outlook for Windows, hashtag New Outlook for Windows. That one is coming out in August. So if you are waiting to be able to summarize emails and you may not have full Copilot license, you'll be able to pull that off now, which will be nice. Copilot, we have unified conversations. This is in the chat history list. They're making it easier to find what you need. This change will mean that users now see a single streamlined list of all your conversations. No more switching between tabs or wondering where to look for specific conversations. Just select a conversation you'll pick up in the same context and mode as where you left off. That one's coming out to pretty much everyone. So that'll be in August. Please look for a Copilot license near you. And then one more, SharePoint sections with Copilot. This one sounds intriguing to me because I'm a SharePoint person. I have Copilot. Sections with Copilot is a new SharePoint authoring tool that allows users to create full fidelity SharePoint sections with just a prompt. It works by first looking at the context of your page to offer prompting suggestions for what content you might need next to offer a starting point. Next, you either select one of those starting points or you write your own and optionally ground it to a relevant file, which it will then use to develop your page. Once you click Generate, Sections with Copilot then leverages the knowledge and content already inside your organization and on your page to create rich sections that go beyond just image and text. This could mean meeting transcripts, recent documents, or any other knowledge Copilot has access to, added to an existing page with a click of a button. If the output section isn't quite right, you can then use AI refinement to make changes to both the content and layout of your section without ever touching our traditional authoring tools. Some examples include change the background image, add John Smith's contact information, or make the text more professional. You can get different suggestions by clicking Regenerate and then choosing your favorite one to refine further. With Sections with Copilot, you can create content faster than ever before, no matter your SharePoint skill level. This sounds interesting. A couple things that they have in here make me go, So they're talking about, you can have ones where it puts recent documents out there, any knowledge that Copilot has access to. So does it keep up with recent documents, or is that a one and done? And then it's up to you to post recent documents. I'm assuming that's what it is. The other one that kind of concerns me a little bit is that it will go, hey, I have access to this particular content because you have access to it. Well, I have access to it because I built the page and I have much greater access than everybody else. Nobody else may have access to that content. So if it pulls that content in and they don't have access to the original content, even though it's probably not accessing the original content directly, are you perhaps leaking information that you shouldn't be leaking? So,
Mm.
yeah, this one's coming out in August to the worldwide commercial tenant. I would be really careful with this one until you've got a chance to play with it and see exactly what it's giving you. I think it would be great from somebody such as myself who doesn't do design work very well, having something that comes out and says, hey, look, I just built you a beautiful page. I am all for that. I'm not sure I'm all for doing a page where I'm the SharePoint admin in the environment, have access to a lot of stuff, and all of a sudden I'm putting stuff out on a page that isn't common knowledge to everybody else. So that would be my main concern on this one, but we will see when it comes out. So anything else in development you want to touch on?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, well, in that case, let's roll on out to rolling out.
All right. So Microsoft Viva Pulse, the Pulse series for continuous feedback supporting AI transformations and change management. So new Pulse series templates are being introduced that are tailored to supporting continuous feedback scenarios for high value use cases such as change management. So that should start reaching our worldwide tenant. And then also in SharePoint, OneDrive and SharePoint compress your PDF. Who knew? OneDrive for Web now lets you reduce PDF file size with a compress feature. You can choose from 3 different compression levels: small, medium, large. And that is rolling out to everybody.
I think that'll be nice if you've got some larger PDF files to be able to
I think it'll be great because you'll
manage that.
actually be able to email them.
Yeah, possibly, yes.
Yeah. Go for it, sir. What have you got?
Okay, so we have this one is really helpful. Copilot, obviously. Select some text and instantly get helpful options from Copilot. So the Copilot icon in your document margin gives you a variety of actions you can take on your selected text. One click lets you rewrite, get editorial coaching, and more. I think it's great that you could highlight a paragraph and go, tell me what I could have done better on that one. And Copilot will give you some coaching on it. So you can learn as you go. I think that's really cool. That's
Yeah.
coming out to Word and Copilot. So it's mainly a Word feature. And it's coming out in July. So Worldwide Tenant, take a look for that one when it comes out. And then we've got 3 of them which look exactly the same, but I'm sure one's web, one's client, and one's Mac. And that is reference an Excel file when creating a presentation with Copilot for PowerPoint. You can now reference an Excel file when you create a presentation with Copilot within the PowerPoint application. I think this is nice in the fact that you may have a spreadsheet that has a lot of information and just a volume of data, but it's really hard to summarize it, but you need to do a presentation with it. You may just go, hey, give me a presentation that talks about XYZ. Here's the file that has all the detail. Go for it. And it's going to basically create that presentation with that underlying core data, and it's going to be able to make some assumptions and some nice presentation choices to allow people to learn about the file without having to wade in on itself. I would definitely say with this one though, LLMs can hallucinate. Definitely check the information as it comes out, because you don't want to say, we're doing great, we're going to have a record, profit this year, and you find out that it hallucinated all of that and you are circling the drain. So be really careful with that one. If you
It's a
do,
bad nightmare.
yeah, it would not be good for anybody, much less you.
Yes.
That's it for rolling out. I mean, it was really a small one this week. We only have like a small handful in launched. So what would you like to do with launched?
I'd like to talk about Outlook,
Of
labeling
course you.
email from attachments label in Outlook on the web, and hashtag new Outlook for Windows. So, Outlook on the web and New Outlook will match the highest sensitivity label from the attachments on the email. Admins can configure this either using a commandlet set label policy advanced setting or the compliance portal to configure the label policy. Customers will automatically see or will be recommended that an email gets a higher label from an attachments label. I think this is great. Tell me, do. It's only coming out for the worldwide tenant. You know who needs this?
EOD.
DoD and GCC High.
Yeah, and I
So
can
I'm
see.
anxiously looking forward to that.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, if I've got an attachment that's got a, really, really high sensitivity label, why would I want my email to have something lower than that?
Right.
So this
So
seems to
it's a
be a
nice
very
catch.
natural.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like when you type in your email, see the attached, only you haven't attached. And it says, it appears you may not have attached the attachment.
Yo, hey, you.
So I see it as that kind of check.
Yeah. So that would be good.
What do
Anything
you like
else?
in launched?
Well, I will cover other ones because that's the one I had highlighted that I was going to talk about.
Ooh.
Microsoft Copilot and Copilot app, Ask M365 Copilot. So you can right click on your content in the chat to ask Copilot about it on Copilot PC devices. So this is where they're starting to mix all the Copilot software offerings with the actual Copilot PC devices.
Mm.
So if you don't have the Copilot PC device, this one's not going to apply to you, but that's basically what they're doing on this one. One other one, Microsoft 365 Admin Center, new scenarios enabling in Microsoft 365 monitoring. So this means that intra monitoring in Microsoft 365 Admin Center Service Health Dashboard is updated with additional organizational level settings for monitoring. So you may want to take a look at that if you're trying to um, get your monitoring grouped in slightly different forms. You may now have that ability with this particular change. Anything else? Nope, I think I will let
No,
that one go. Well, with that,
fabulous.
everyone, we did say it was going to be a small one, and we did not lie. So, with that, I hope everybody has a really good rest of their week. And we will come back and do this again next Monday or whenever you happen to listen to it. Until then, enjoy. Bye,
Have a
everyone.
good one. Bye bye.